and welcome back to another studio vlog. Oh, I don't have my watch on. I was just going to cut my watch to tell you the date. What is the date? It's currently Wednesday and it is the 15th of May. I'm starting a bit of a random day, but hey, I thought I'd pick up the camera and talk to you guys today. What I've been doing this week, I have to send, that reminds me I have to send them an email, but yeah, my website, it's so difficult when you are the web developer for your website, because things go wrong and I don't always know how to fix it. I do my best and I troubleshoot, but I don't always know how to fix it myself, so I'm actually had to hire my what are they called, the people who are the who look after my server and everything like that. I've had to hire them to try and fix it, so I'm waiting on them to sort that out. And I did a few orders yesterday as usual, and today I'm going to be trying to get a bulk of the Patreon orders out. I haven't actually did like an official post on my Instagram or anything like that. I've got a whole bunch of stickers out. I've been trying to wait to do an announcement so I can do like a big official post when I've got everything that I want up. It's taken a while because I need that assistant that I was talking about the other day. I need an assistant. My sister did come over yesterday to help me cut a lot of stickers. That really helped. So yeah, I'm really kind of trying to manifest that to be able to come into fruition. So I'm going to be doing, like I said, the rest of the Patreon packing today. I've got a few more stickers to cut and I'm waiting on some deliveries. Oh, tomorrow I'm getting my delivery from IKEA. Once I've put the new drawers up, I'll be showing you inside my drawers. That sounds a bit funny. I'll be showing you inside the drawers to show you kind of how I keep them and everything. Having them organised has helped, I'm sure. I still have to figure out what to do with these shelves, guys. Because I do need them. I know I needed them, but I haven't exactly yet found the purpose for the shelves. So yeah, my head's been a bit clearer. I just want to, oh guys, I've totally fallen off the bandwagon. I don't want to call it a bandwagon, but I've totally fallen off going to the gym in the morning. I think there was a time when I was sick and then there was so many things happening that I've just fallen out of my routine. All the routines that I like to do before bedtime and getting up, they've completely gone out the window. But I think a lot of that is just largely entwined with my mental state of how I'm feeling. And when I'm feeling a little bit, I'm not really a stressy person, but when I do feel a bit overwhelmed, I should say, with work and things, I feel like things aren't going quite right. So my camera just completely turned off. Yes, when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed and I can't seem to get in the mood to go and do my gym or do the things that I have planned, I do feel like, oh my god, it's May already, guys. It's May. Can you believe that? It's nearly the middle of the year. And I definitely want to get my calendar started soon, because I don't want to have that stress that I normally have at Christmas time, where I'm just scrambling around to do stuff. And I really want to put 110% effort into making my calendar this year, and I really want to make extra things, suggestions and products that you guys wanted for the calendars. So I'm gonna force myself, but you know, the sun's shining, so that's bringing me some positive energy. But yeah, I feel like it's coming. I'm getting to I get into these modes where I get really organised and I want things to be just so. I think that's why I've ordered my tables and everything. I think once I feel like things are right office wise, I can move on to the next thing that's plaguing my mind, or something that's there's always something in the back of my mind, but it's planning. If we look at all the successful people in the world, they have, you know, a large part of their success is because they somewhat plan their days, you know, have some kind of structure. So I just need to find that structure, but you know, you've got to make the time. You've got to make the time, guys. So I'm going to make the time, and I think a lot of it is, I know I'm babbling, I think a lot of it is there's some element of fear. That's why I don't completely, you know, I feel scared to start some of the projects, like making new products, or, you know, because, for example, making new dashboards, because my supplier has let me down so many times. I'm trying to talk to them to make sure that they you know, don't make the same mistakes. There's an element of fear, and I put it off because I don't want to let my customers down. You know, I'm just a person that thinks way too much. I definitely overthink things. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Oh, hi guys, it is a Friday in the studio. I've got a little bit of a new look. It's a little bit, tiny bit messy, but yeah, I've put the new tables out that I was struggling with yesterday. Oh, I am doing Patreons today, so I'm trying to sort out everyone's stickers, and I'm cutting some stickers right now. But yeah, I've had a little move around. I was going to get tidied up, guys. I just thought I'd pick up the camera while I'm working and show you this big long space that I've got now. So what I did was I bought a new table. Oops. I bought a new table for this side, so this side's all lovely and there's no marks on it or anything, so I'm going to be a bit more kinder to this one, and put that long table that was there onto this side. So this is the beat up one. So I'm going to be a bit more kind and, you know, use mats and stuff when I'm painting. Okay, so this printer I am going to be moving. It's actually, it's not, I wouldn't say rickety, but it's not as sturdy I would like it to be on here. So this is just temporary measure. As I joked on Instagram, I want to make a table for this little, like a little section here, so I can have the printer on the table and it extends over there. But my husband has to do that because he has to bring out his saw and all this other stuff that I can't use, or that I don't know how to use. That could take a couple of months. I'm hoping he'll do it as soon as possible. Well, we shall see. So that will be down, and then I'll put that back up here. But I've got so much more space, guys. This is way better. And having these drawers tidy, it makes tidying up the office so easy. I will show you, I'll catch up with you when I have the drawers sorted, and I'll show you around. Back to work. Just got a Amazon parcel. I love Amazon. Buy something, you can get it the same day, most cases next day. I needed some more shipping labels, and so I normally have the flat extensions, but actually they're really annoying, and it's hard for me to sometimes get the cables to go all the way down to the ground. So I have purchased a standing tower. Once I get in it, I'll show you. Okay, so it's basically a normal extension, but it has this little base. So that goes in like that. probably better on the table. There you go. So then I'm going to have that stacked behind there. And it's going to make my life a lot easier. And I bought 2 of those. So thought I'd show you. Hi guys, it's a Wednesday in the studio today and I've just got a package in the mail. I just got these cute charms. Don't know if you can see that properly. How cute are these guys? I'm really happy with them. I've been really hesitant to order things from suppliers because every time I do, they just disappoint me and they, you know, the quality is not up to scratch, but this looks really cute. I just ordered a sample amount for starters because I just wasn't sure if they're gonna do it properly, but I'm happy with how they've come out, so I think I can go ahead and order more now. But we've come to our local B&Q to look for a bin because the range didn't have anything and I still can't find anything, so I got wallpaper. I'm gonna paste that on or sellotape it on to the bin, the makeshift bin that I do have for the time being. So now we're just looking at fences for the house because our fence is broken. It's like we're in a different country, isn't it, babe? It's so warm.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's nice. It's like Barbados.
Barbados?
Yeah.
Put your glasses on, love. Put your glasses on.
Get the sunnies out. Hi guys, it's Thursday in the studio and I have finally finished tidying and sorting out all the drawers so I can show you today. Don't mind me with this hat on. It's a lovely day outside, so I've just come in and I've got the hat on and I can't bother to take it off. So yeah, so let's start, shall we? So the newest additions to the room are this new chest of drawers, which was here before but it was completely broken, so I replaced it with this new one, which is exactly the same, but it is well made this time because I used to drill. And then the old one that I had before, I turned it on its side and we're now using it as a makeshift shelf for my second printer, which is excellent. So that has worked out nicely. So I've just got in here some old artwork and what else? Oh, where I keep my sticker paper. I also have this new section of the table, which I did show you a couple of days ago. It was bare there and the table stopped here, and my hubby made me a extra part of table with the old table because this used to be a shorter table. Got a brand new tabletop for this side, so this has got no marks on it. It's beautiful and fresh, and I put the old one that was over there onto this side. As you can see, it's got all these marks on it from when I was working on it before, but it's so much improved the space by having a longer desktop. But I wanted to keep my printer up top, so that's why he had to make this table, and he did a fantastic job of it. So I then could put the cutting machines back to where they were. So I still have not figured out what to do with these shelves exactly yet, but they do look pretty. So okay, so now I'm going to show you what is in the drawers. I said I would. So this is everyone's got one of those bits and bobs drawers. This is mine. It was a little bit neater the other day, but you know, it can't be perfect. This drawer I keep all my notebooks that I'm using, or not using. This one I haven't written anything in it yet because it's so beautiful. It's from this brand, Bonavita Prints, which is a UK brand, and it's such lovely paper and so thick and beautiful. I kind of use it as a prop most times. I don't want to write in it because I'll ruin it. And I keep some of my notepads that I use to make notes on daily in there. This drawer I just keep my Wacom tablets and my scanner, so it's kind of like electronics drawer. This drawer is where I keep all my photography equipment. So I have the cameras I use is the camera that I'm using right now, which is a Canon G7X Mark II, and this is my more fancier camera, which is a Sony a6000 with a lens of a 1.8 f-stop and 35mm lens, which I love. One day hopefully I can get another camera because I do love photography, and I'd love to upgrade it, but it's an amazing camera. I do love it. Some of my recent artworks, some that needs to be filed away, some that need to be scanned. As you can tell, I've got hundreds. I've literally drawn so much in the past 3 years. But yeah, so they go here ready to be scanned or archived into the next system that I have. Oh, this, you know, I get a lot of paper waste, and so we need a bin in here. And I could not find, I know I was saying it to you the other day, I could not find a bin that I liked. So what I did was I got wallpaper and I just wallpapered the cardboard box that was here, and I think that looks pretty good. I think not bad, because it's exactly the right size I need, so I'm happy that I did that. This drawer is another bits and bobs drawer, but it's mainly like a stationary bits and bobs, like when I'm packing and shipping stuff out. So it's got staples and my handle with care stickers, staplers, sellotape, that kind of thing. This drawer has all my pens and pencils that I use to draw. This section here is kind of, minus these pens, this section here is kind of things that I use more frequently. So these are my favourite fine liners. It's not focusing. These are my favourite fine liners, and I normally use 0.3 and 0.5 or something like that, or 0.1 and 0.3. And these pencils I got from Amazon, and then I just purchased some leads, which I have to think what they are. Some lead like this, and I popped it in there. So I've got this on there to remind me that this is my favourite pencil lead at the moment. I did adjust this thing here to say which pencil lead it was, but it's moved, so I have no idea what pencil lead is in it. I just know I like it. It's like a really soft, sketchy pencil. But I've got loads, and I've got lots of different leads. I did previously use this Graph Gear 1000 pencil, 0.5. I'm not sure what lead's in there, but it's heavier than this one. I like them both, but sometimes you just want something light, and at the moment I'm preferring this. And it's all about the pencil lead anyway, for me personally. I just keep some rubbers and stuff like that. Oh, and paint brushes. So anything that I use that I'm going to sketch or paint brushes is all in here. In this drawer I have my paint that I use on, I don't use as much actually. This is paint I don't use as much. So this is Winsor & Newton's Cotman palette, I think it is called. I bought these the other day, Rembrandt. They're okay, they're quite nice. I wish there was a few more colours, but you know, to be honest, you only need a few and then you could just mix them. Yes, it's just got the gold palettes in there. That's not what it came in, but I put it in there. These I use for my water when I'm painting. think it's Kuretake. Yeah, Kuretake. Yeah, I got this after seeing someone else use them. They're not my favourite, but sometimes they've got some nice pastel colours, so I do use them sometimes. But it's not my favourite. What's in this drawer? This drawer I have all my extra pencils. I also have these paints, which I like a lot actually, called Ecoline. And I have a lot of those in pastel colours and stuff like that, so I do like these a lot. Sometimes it's best to have your paint out so it makes you remember what you've got. These are a whole load of old paint. When I first started getting into watercolour, I purchased cheap watercolour paint because it can be expensive, and I was just learning how to get grips with it. So at first I used this and it was cheap, you know, you can get a certain amount for like £10 or something, so it was really cheap. So I keep them here for when my children maybe want to explore painting and they can kind of get to grips with watercolour. So I'm keeping that there for them. I have some gouache in there as well, and some other cake watercolours. So if I want to sketch with coloured pencils, I use these Prismacolor erase pencils. I also have some very thins by Prismacolors. I'm not a huge fan of colouring with colouring pencils, but I do like sketching with them. It's not focusing. This drawer is just my selection of, what are they called, Copic markers. So when I very first started out, I used to draw with markers only. They are great, and I think the best paper to use when you're using these are Bristol board paper. But the only thing that I would say for me is that for cost you have to keep replacing the pens because the markers do run out, and I found that quite frustrating. When I'm painting or doing something, I like to have all my stuff to hand and ready. So sometimes you might go to grab this brown and it's run out, for example. So that's one of the reasons why I love watercolour, because you can have a watercolour palette for years and it gets activated with water, so you know, a little goes a long way. So that's why I love watercolours. It's very cost effective. Sometimes it can be a bit higher in price to get the initial set, but it lasts you a long time. That's why I love watercolour. Okay, so if anyone's been wondering what this is just another thing from IKEA where you get to hold your shoes in there. This is a functioning room for the whole family, so they do come in here. We use this entrance a lot, so they have it for putting their shoes away so everything can kept tidy. This is the other Alex drawers that I have. This is the larger one. Now all of these drawers, let me just go back, they are they're quite shallow. So the reason why the other ones broke previously is because I had it in the other office, which was smaller, the other room, which was really small, and I used to weigh everything down because I was trying to cram everything in the drawers to keep everything tidy. So don't overload these too much, and obviously make sure that you make them really well. So I made them with a drill, and this time when I got these, the runners were already on pre-made, so that helped out a lot in terms of making it more stable. So they have 2 thinner drawers and then 2 deeper drawers, but these ones, these are a lot more shallow, so I keep my cello bags in these. These are the paper bags that I use to put stickers in when a customer buys a smaller order or just has an order for stickers. This drawer is where I keep a selection of my paper for shipping, and this is just a selection of ink that I have for my printers. These are like £10 a go, so they're quite expensive ink, and they do run out quickly, especially if you use the printer a lot. But if you are selling quite high volume in your store, you should be able to make the money back on it. But I mean, it is expensive and you're getting quality. I don't want to buy third party ink, because I want to make sure that the prints come out beautiful and there's no discrepancies in color. So I always use the manufacturer ink with my printer, but they are costly. Like for a whole pack, to kit the whole printer out is £80 a go, and you can run out of them quite quickly. So if you ever think about why people's prints costs are so high, it's literally to do with the cost of ink and cost of paper. So here I keep the paper that I use. I use etching paper because I find it's beautiful and it matches as much as it can to my original watercolor paintings. So I have a few different sizes here. In this drawer I have a ton of watercolor paper, guys, and I've done a lot of research. You know, some people like always asking what's your paper you use, and the only reason I know what kind of paper I like to use is because I've done a lot of testing. In terms of cold pressed watercolor paper, this is my absolute fave. People ask me what I use, and this is it. It's £140 Moulin du Roy Canson paper. That's my absolute favourite. If I was using a hot press, I used to like this paper, which is fluid watercolor paper, but that can be a little bit hard to come by here in the UK. A lot of people have used Archers. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I think it's a little bit too rough of a texture for me. What else have I got here? I've just got loads, guys. So I'm not short on paper. This is also though some marker paper and all the different types of paper in here. Recently just purchased this one, which is Hohanimul. Yeah, Hohanimul. It has a selection of papers, so you can choose, like, you know, have a little go through and see what you like. So there isn't anything too fancy inside the drawers. They did look a lot more worse than that. So at least they're somewhat tidy, and having them organized in sections, like this area over here is where I keep the paints. That's kind of where I keep day-to-day business, and this is like shipping and paper. It has helped tremendously in keeping this room tidy. You know how I get, guys. You've seen my videos where there's a mess everywhere. So, and not to say that I'm not going to get mess again, but it does help having those organized. Let me just show you how I have organized the little holes, cubby holes. So in here I just have shipping envelopes. What's in this one? Those are some overstock of these where they did them wrong, so I'd need to sort through those, which were the dashboards, and some cards. What's in here? Oh, these are the backing boards that I use to keep the orders straight when I ship them out across the country. Oh, that one is empty, waiting to be loved. More shipping envelopes, some old notebooks that I'm probably going to put in the store. Oh no, these are not notebooks. Those are calendars, some notepads, and those are notepads that are like faulty notepads that I'll probably put a little sale on and put them really dirt cheap. Yeah. I think I'm going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed me showing you around in the drawers. Finally, there weren't anything special, but at least you know what's in there and how I kind of keep things organized. It's always a work in progress. I feel really lucky to have this room, and if you can remember the videos from before when I've done the other little tours around the studio, you can see how much it's changed and improved. So it's always a work in progress. I might not have the prettiest studio. I wish I could have like a faux fur rug and have loads of flowers everywhere, sometimes that's great, but it's not necessarily functional for this room because a lot of people do go through this room. and it's a work in progress, so I'm gonna have to, it'll take my time to get things, you know, guys. Take your time building your dream room, or if you've got a little corner space where you do your art or you do your crafting project, no rush. It takes time to build your little dream space. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you on the next one, guys. Bye.